Alright, welcome to Texturizing Basics 101 for Town Roblox. Make sure you check the date of this video because there might be a newer one posted, and the mechanics of it might have changed in the future. So, first off, you're going to want to make your door model. Either, you should, if there's multiple parts and they're not just one part, make sure they're all grouped together. That way it's nice and easy to handle. I just have a simple basic part right here, keep things simple. And then next you're going to need two more parts. These are basically going to be where the door is going to open to and where it's going to close to. So you're going to locate the front of the part. Generally speaking, when you place down a part, cylinder's really bad for this. Let's do normal. Okay, when you place down a part, the front of it will be facing that way. I'm not sure which way that way is, but if you look at it from this angle, it'll be that way. So by this greenhouse, that way. That's where the front will always be. Hit Texturize tool, click on top, front, right here, faces that way. So make sure, if you don't know where that is, you can find it anyway by just clicking on any of the sides of the G tool. Do note that when you first place down the brick, and then you hit G on it, it'll always say you're selecting the front. Just make sure to, like, if you actually click on the brick though, you'll actually see which side is the front. So if I click on that side's the front because it's facing that way. So let's get rid of you. Alright, so place down the brick, and then make sure the front side, which is this one, the front side, right here, is facing towards the door. That's going to be your start position. And then your end position is going to have the front facing the way you want the door to be facing. So the front on this side is just the default, facing that way. So when this door rotates, it'll rotate from this brick, like this, to the position of this brick, like this. So it should rotate right there. Do note that the distance away from the first brick, the door will maintain. So it's about 1 brick width-ish away from this one. You can place it literally any distance away. You can have this start one be that far away, and then when a door finishes, it'll be that far away on this one, and etc., etc. You can also go up and down and literally anywhere. The possibilities with this are endless. So to texturize the door, you're going to want to hit G, select your first part, the part was your start position. Go to texture, add text. So hang on, you might be on decal, go to texture, make sure selected side is front, add texture. Transparency is going to be -500 or 500. I like -500. Set your repeat number 1 to 1, and then the second repeat is going to be the speed of your door. So I like to keep it on 2. It's a nice speed, but you can make it super quick by doing 0.1, or you can make it super slow by doing 5. We're going to keep it on 2 for now. So once you're done with that, you can go ahead and just click on your next part. Make sure you find the front. Transparency to -500. Repeat the 2. I don't think the second one matters too much, but I would keep it the same nonetheless. And whenever you're doing a texturized part, a part that'll like move or do some special function, transparency is always -500 or 500. Image ID, you don't really need to mess with that much. So once you've done that, pretty much the only thing you need to do next is group it by holding Shift, selecting those parts. Shift G will group it. And then, assuming you're the plot owner, all you have to do is do !WC, which will wire the connections, wired 1 connection. Then you can go up here and hit interactable, and boom, you have a functioning door. And I'll come back there. Notice that it stays the same distance apart from the first brick. And if you come over here, you can, let me demonstrate this real quick. Let's just grab you. Pull you out. Shift T to grab individual parts inside groups. And look, if we were just pull this up here. No. If we were to pull this part up here, because this is part number 2, the door will now, because this part is linked basically to this base part of the door, that door should now go up and up to there. So let's do WC again. 3 connections. That's not good. Shift T. Two, 1. Ungroup it. Oh, that's probably the problem right there. Careful with your grouping. Sometimes I need to ungroup it, then group it again. So group it again. WC. Interactable, and now the door goes up to there. Alright, and then if you want your door to be triggered by a button, which is even better, because now you can control it from any distance away from your plot. The distance from the button does not matter. You're going to need the exact same thing as that door, except you're not going to group it quite yet. After you finish setting up all of your texturizing, you're then going to, let's set up the texturizing real quick. So this is going to be add texture, -500. Set you to 1, because you were the first one that we want you to start on. And then we want you to end up over here. So we'll add texture again, -500. Set you to 2, keep it on 2. Alright, so now if we were to group that and then wire it, it would be a regular door. But if we want it to be triggered by button, we need to add what's called a receiver, which will receive the signal from the transmitter, which will be on that button over there. So, click on this one. It does not matter which side you have it selected. It's not directional at all. But on this, you should have front selected, because it doesn't matter, that it's not going to be rotating the door. So, the orientation of the brick doesn't matter. Just make sure you have side front selected. Add texture. Remember, -500, because it's a wiring part. Repeat is going to be set to 4, which is a receiver. And then that number does not matter. So now we can group all those together, and then we'll leave it like that. So then, using the button, we have a button right here. We're basically going to make a mini door. Let's make the button animation and all that. So we're going to select U, which will be part position 1, -500. Set you to 1, and then to make this button fast and not take forever, we're going to set you to 0.1 speed. Position 2, -500. Notice what I did here is I just basically took the button model, took the button part, cloned it over to here. So that's position 1. And then I took that, cloned it again, pulled it down slightly. That way the button will do a smooth animation. Set this to repeat 2, so that's 0.1 again. And then the transmitter, add texture, -500. Set repeat to 3, which is the transmitter, and then leave it on 2. Group all of these, including your button part. Remember, don't group the base plate. Only group the button part of the button that's going to be moving. So the button part, basically. And then Control G, and now those should all be set up. So then, final step, WC, wired 5 connections, and now button should go down, and the door does not work. All right, we're doing great. Oh yeah, that's the part I forgot to mention. So the transmitter must be the same color, the same brick color as the receiver. So this receiver right here, I need to set to really red, because if you look over here, this is also really red. You can see because of that little pointer thingy that's pre-selected. Now, if it's not any of like the first 3 colors, you're not going to have that pointer thingy. So basically just have to kind of go off this and try to find your color, and it's a whole mess. So I'd recommend trying to stay with the prime colors. And then you can WC that. And now it should work. Ta-da! I've got a button door. And then all of these extra components, you don't actually have to have visible. So you can just select all these, hit N, go to transparency, set that to 1. Go over here, select all these, transparency, set that to 1. And now you just have a button and a door. For cameras, you're probably curious about how those were. Actually, you know what? Cameras we'll do in episode 2 for. And that is the very, 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 very basics of how to do doors and electronics in town. Make sure you leave a comment on anything else you want me to cover. I know a fair bit about this game. I haven't played for too long. I only have a few hours on here. I don't even know how to check them. But Stay tuned for more. I think I should be making some more soon. So, see ya.